All right, everybody. Is that better? We're going to have a little bit of fan noise from the computer because it's hot in here. I didn't turn the air conditioner on, so you might get a little buzzing in the back. But other than that, put up with it because I'm not going to put the computer in a different room. So the scratchiness is not there, but you're going to hear the fan of the computer humming because it's overworking itself. Yeah, that's what happens when you got 12-core machine, right? So let's talk a little bit about Forrest, right? Forrest Gump. There's a lot of Forrest Gump owner-operators. Well, they say they're owner-operators in this industry, right? Here, let me crank this up here. So there's a lot of what I call Forrest Gump owner-operators, which means when it gets when the road gets rough in trucking, right? They scurry to another carrier thinking the grass is greener or they're going to make more money because they watch stuff on YouTube or, you know, they don't run their numbers, of course, and they also don't know how to, got to supervise Jeff's audio. Well, get your butt up here, Big Mac, and supervise the audio. Quit playing around. Come on up here. 2 hours, you're here, right? So individuals move from company to company, and does that strengthen them as an owner-operator? Absolutely not. All it does is make them more susceptible to failure. And why do you say that? Well, because they never had to live through a hard time. They never had to learn how to run an efficient business. Stay where they're at. Because let me tell you something. If you jump ship to another one, just because you think it's better, because you want contract freight, which contract freight means nothing, because they can lose that contract freight like that, then your run's gone. Okay, that's one thing. You got to get that clear. But if you run to another company, you got to think, how many weeks are you out of work to change companies? 1, 2, 3? Usually 2 or 3 weeks, which could equate to $16,000 to $24,000 revenue lost. Are you going to gain that back? Absolutely not. Now, are you going to jump to a mileage program? Is that going to beat the spot market? No, it's not going to. Because you're going to have to run a lot of miles to do it. And if you're an individual that doesn't like to run a lot of miles, then why are you going to go somewhere, let's say, and run all those miles when it's not going to happen? Because what's going to happen? Going to go right back to where you were or somewhere else. Right, cool trucking. Parallel moves do not help. They don't. Now, could you go to another percentage company that has contract freight? Sure. But if you're not dispatching yourself or have no control over that dispatcher and what he gives you, or if they only give you a couple loads to pick from, and you don't get to see the rate con, what if you get 85% or 82% or 83% or 78% of what they call the line haul? How do you know what that is if you're not seeing the real rate con? And they're not going to show you. Not going to show you. You got to take the good with the bad and keep it moving. Right. They don't call it job hopping. They call it opportunities. Opportunity to go make less money. It's an opportunity. That means you are a company driver, not an owner-operator. Exactly, PJ. You got it. So, you make a ladder a move. Is it good? No, because this is what happens. They always want to have their cake and eat it too. So they never learn how to become efficient, how to run a business. And what I mean by that is they jump in the spot market for $5 a mile. Anybody can be successful at $4 or $5 a mile. The guys that learned is the ones that were here during the COVID time, right? They learned cost per day is where it's at. And they learned they could run for a whole lot cheaper than what they thought and stay afloat. And guess what happened? It didn't stay down that long. 6, 7 months. Then boom, it soared again. So those people that job hopped and went somewhere else, they lost out on a good 1 to 2, at least 2 months of the soaring. Because why? They're in their own little lane now, thinking everything's great, and they don't even know when the spot market went up. They have no idea. Spot market is always going to outperform contract freight. If you average it all out over time, it's always going to outperform what you're going to get paid from some other company that's doing contract freight. Just saying. And we'll show up some numbers, right? We're going to show some numbers. We're going to go back to 2019 and see, or we'll go to 2021. January 2021. That's when the market was, doing pretty well. Part of it. And January's a bad month, they say. We're going to take the bad month. We're going to take the bad month of January, and we're going to take some loads from our contractors the last week and see what's going on with this $6 gallon fuel, $5 gallon fuel. Fuel surcharge, that means nothing. It only means anything when you're on contract freight. And we'll talk about that too, and how that affects you down the road. And we'll look at 2021 numbers, and then we'll look at 2022 numbers. So let's get right to it. Why not? Should we do red? Should we do green, blue? Let's do some black. So let's talk about this first. So here's what happened. Here, rates were going like this pre-COVID, right? So here comes COVID, and COVID comes up, and COVID peaks up here, and the rates they were going down like this, and then they leveled off, right? They leveled off on the graph. COVID started coming down. Rates start going back up. They cross the path again, just like the stock market, right? This is what's going on. So now what do we have? We have supply crunch going on right now. China shut down, inflation, because we got people out there who don't know what they're doing. That's one thing, but that's a different story. So now we have inflation on the rise, right? Inflation going straight up. We also have supply, right? Here's your supply line. This is what's going on, folks. Supply is coming down. Here's the intersection. You have rates that were way up here. And as this keeps going up and this keeps going down, the rates are starting to slide. Right? The rates are starting to slide. They will level off down here somewhere eventually. When one of these factors break, inflation starts coming down or supply starts going up, this is going to start soaring. Now here's the perfect storm that the mileage guys at other companies getting mileage are going to miss out on. Big time miss out on. Big money. When these two factors, inflation and supply, when they come back online and they start going like this, and rates are down here, rates are going to surpass those lines, and it's going to be better than it was when $4 and $5 a mile was everywhere. Why? Ask me why. Because down here, because here's what happened down here. People buying $90,000, $60,000 dry vans. Crazy. Stupid. They go buy $280,000 trucks, $200,000 trucks. Stupid. Because what they're going to do? This is going to put them out of business. A per mile company, not going to save you. Not going to save you. Hate to tell you that, but it happens every time. I know by experience. I've been out here 30 years doing this garbage, right? 30 years in the trucking industry. I've seen it all, right? We're living through a bad time. I lived through inflation before, supply before, in the trucking industry, as an owner-operator, COVID, now the perfect storm of this. If you stay where you're at, stay in your lane, because you know your lane, you just have to tweak it a little bit, keep grinding, and you'll come out the other side a better business owner. If you run Forrest, run somewhere else, and then run, because you all see it, run back. Oh, I'm going to go to spot market. It's at $4 or $5 a mile now. They've lost so much money swapping between companies all the time, they don't even know it. They don't even know it. They have no clue of what it costs when you jump ship and go somewhere else, because it's an SBX deal since sliced bread. Just saying. Now let's look at some numbers, because that's what y'all want, right? I mean, I got text after text after text. What do you think of this? What do you think? What do you think of this company? What do you think of that company? And I say, well, does it fit for you? Fits for you? Okay. But why are you doing it? If you're running because of freight volume, rates going down, fuel going up, that's not why you do it. You stick where you're at, you grind it out, and you learn how to be profitable. That's it. You make profit anytime. So let's take a look at it. We're going to look at January 2021. Okay, so I took some loads here, and let's see what we got. So January 2021, 647 mile run. Okay, and it was $3.52 a mile. Right? And so an 80% guy will get $2.82 a mile, roughly. Okay? Now let's take a look at a company that everybody's talking about. I'm not going to mention no names, but everybody knows. So the base pay is $1.48. Fuel surcharge back then was 26 cents. You give a certain division, add 15 cents. What's that? 163 plus the 26 cents. 163 plus 26. 189. So here's this mileage company. 189 per mile. Here's the spot market guy. So what is that? 93 cents? A difference of 93 cents on this one load back in 2021. 93 cents times 647. That's what you're losing out. That's what you're losing out. So, I got a text message here. Let me read it. Echo 2. Yeah, that was an old message, Big Mac. I'm sorry. All right. So where were we? 93 cents. So this one run, spot market, $601 more money. More money. 601, one run. 2021, every run beat this. Every single run beat this. The shorter runs killed this number. So let's just say a guy does, let's just say four runs a week. Say he's running short stuff, 4 runs a week. That's 2,400 a week. And if let's say he only runs 40 weeks, $96,000 is the difference in 1 year. 40 weeks. But if a guy is, really into it, what's he get? What's he get? Say he does 50 weeks. He's $120K for the year above the mileage guy. $120,000 in 2019. Let's go to 2022. This week in 2022. Let's break it down. We got a driver. This is the load he did this week. I'm going to show you 2 loads. And I'm going to break it down so you understand. We're going to go long run, close to 1,000 miles. And we're going to do what I teach, the regional, short haul. We're going to put that up. And we're going to see where the mileage guy and the spot market guy, right? So here's the long run. It was 978 miles. And it paid $3,100, which equated to $317 per mile. And if you're in an 80% company, and you take 80% of that, you're at $254 per mile, right? Now, the rate per mile company everybody's talking about, with 85-cent fuel surcharge, 148 and 15 cents and all that, $248 per mile for the rate per mile company. So even the spot market is a plus 6 cents on this run, which is only $60, right? Still higher. Still higher. And he picks and chooses where he wants to go and when he wants to do it. But let's take the short haul, because that's where it shines, because it's always going to shine. Always. We'll get to equipment costs here in a minute. So here's another one. This is a short haul game. This is what I preach, regional. This person did 427 miles. And can't get too far away. I guess it's going to go out on. All right. It was $1,700, which on that short run equated to $398 per mile. 80% of that gives you $3.18 per mile. Right? So you take the 248 company, subtract them, and what do you get? 70 cents? So 70 cents per mile, spot market. Take 70 cents times 427. And what do you get? About 28, about $319. Make $319 more dollars than this guy. 319 more miles, or 319 more dollars on one short run. Do that in a week, 3 of them in a week, that's $1,000, right? Still, in this bad economy, everybody wants to run and do other things. They don't do their numbers. They don't know their numbers. That's the problem with the industry. A lot of people don't know the numbers. Now let's talk equipment cost. Why not? Because see, there's one thing people don't understand. I know the numbers. I'll just prove it to you. And I'm going to prove why you're paying a lot of money for something. But see, if you could get it yourself, you wouldn't pay for it now, would you? would you? People ain't gonna like this, but it's true. Let me ask you a question. Everybody watches my channel. Who had a full maintenance lease truck up here? I'll wait for the answer. Who had a full maintenance lease truck? So I know the numbers, what it cost to rent a truck for 5 years. I could buy it at the end. Oh, I gave away the answer, didn't I? Who had a full maintenance lease truck and didn't get it from a company? I went to Volvo and got the full maintenance lease truck. So I got the real deal. And I'll show you what the real deal looks like. All right, no one said who got it. Everybody knows, right? Anthony Bressler. I had it. So this is what the real deal looks like. What's up, Hensley? We're going over some numbers here. Because, we got some run, Forrest, run, right? Run to the next best thing when things get hard, right? You don't see Apple selling out and running over to Microsoft or running over to Windows computers and things like that. You don't see McDonald's closing down and shifting to Burger King. Doesn't happen. What happens? They learn how to streamline. They learn how to make it better. They learn how to slim it down, streamline, live within the means. And when you do that, and you go through the hard times, you come out as a better owner-operator than when you went in. If you're always laterally moving, job to job to job, you never learn. Sacrifice and struggle is what makes you learn. Now, we're going to talk about rental trucks, full maintenance lease trucks. That's what it is. I owned one. But like I said, I actually got it from Volvo, so I know the real number because I paid the real number. And y'all probably want to know what that real number is, right? Well, there's several different numbers, and I'm going to show you. And they can move them around. It all comes about the same, right? They can tell you it's $1,900 a month plus 9 cents a mile. It's $2,150 a month plus 6 cents a mile. It's however you want to structure it. But it all comes out about the same. So here's what's the deal. Let's say you pay $2,150 a month, but you want an APU. Sure, they'll put it on there, but now you're paying $2,350 with APU. And then you're at 6 cents a mile. So basically, what that's saying is if you do 8,000 miles a month, well, let's make it easy. Let's say 10,000 miles a month. You got 600 for the miles, $2,350 if you have an APU. You're paying $2,950 a month for the truck. $2,950 a month. Let's see if we get that blurriness out of there. There we go. $2,950 a month. Now, let me scroll up. Let me scroll up here. I know there's different contracts at what people are talking about at this company. So let me go here and let me just hit calculate. All right, so here's the thing. This is what you're paying. $2,950 a month. Well, what do they got on here? Truck payment. 32 cents. 10,000 miles. Okay, can everybody watch this? Truck payment. 3,200. 10,000 times 32 cents. Now we're going to leave physical damage off there because you got to have physical damage insurance. Occupational insurance, we're going to leave that off. Truck maintenance, 10 cents a mile. That's another $1,000. That's $4,200 now for a truck payment. That is how much is that? $1,250 per month more than the original, than what it really should cost. Right? But we're not done yet. Registration, 3 cents a mile. 10,000 miles. Anybody guess what that's going to cost you? Because that's 120,000 miles a year, right? All right, let's talk about it. License plate. That's what it is, right, folks? It's a license plate. 120,000 miles they drive, let's say, on 10,000. 3 cents. So for the plate, $3,600. Anybody know what a plate cost? Michigan, it's about $1,600, give or take 50 bucks. That's $2,000 more for a plate. It's $2,000 more for a plate. So now, that's annual. So let's look at the annual cost over here. Annual, right? So to rent a truck, it's $1,250 per month more on 10,000 miles. Right? Well, yeah, Mac, Millie, you could put any of your things. So, but there's no plate, $3,600. I don't care where you go. So $1,250 times 12 is $15,000, right? So you got $15,000 a year more in payment. You got another $2,000 a year for a plate. That's $17,000 more per year. Now, what else do we have here? Oh, wait. They're charging for cargo insurance. 8 cents. It's $800 a month. $9,600 a year. Okay. Liability insurance. 10 cents a month. 10 cents. That's $1,000. That's $12,000. So cargo and liability is 20 grand. Oh my God. That's worse than Progressive. So you got $20K that you got to pay for cargo and liability. Huh. Sounds like a great deal. Just saying. It's $37,000 a year right there. But of course, if you had your own authority, and let's say you're at $12,000 for cargo, liability, and truck insurance and everything else. We didn't get into the truck insurance and stuff. So like Hensley has his own authority, right? Hensley, you have your own authority? So let's say Hensley has his own authority. He wouldn't swap it for this, because let's say he's paying $12,000 for his insurances, truck, all that stuff. Just this alone is $8 grand, but we're not done, because they got physical damage here, which is all included in that. So if you do another 3 cents, 300, 3,600, you're about $24K. So if you had your own authority, like I did, and I had a full maintenance lease truck, like I did, and if I had nobody signed on, like I did, let's take a look at the difference in monthly payments. All right, let's just take a look. When I came into the game and got my own authority, I had that Volvo. And it was expensive, right? It was expensive. So it was a $150,000 truck. I was full maintenance leasing it. And I didn't do 10,000 miles, folks. Let's say I did 8,000 miles. So you take 8,000 times 6 cents is 480. So 2350 and 480 is 2830 per month. And then my insurance was 11,500. I'm just going to round it up. Call it $1,000 a month. So I had 3830 per month. All in. All in. Didn't have to worry about nothing. That's right, Hensley. I had 2 Volvos, Hensley, right? I had a white one, full maintenance lease, and then I had the blue one. Same thing. 3830 per month. All in. That was my all-in cost. Truck, all insurance, everything. Now let's take a look at this all-in cost. Total fixed cost. 69 cents. Because let's face it, if you got to pay 10 cents liability insurance, 8 cents cargo, you're paying for your authority right there. You're paying for it. You're paying for it. So, registration, all this stuff. So if I throw my registration in here, because I'm going to use these numbers, I'm going to throw it right in here. But 2 cents a mile, ELD, best pass. Okay, all right. 2 cents a mile. Companies are in the game to make money, right, folks? Let's face it. They're in the game to make money. You got to make money. But how much money? So let's just take that 2 cents. We were doing 10,000 miles, right? That's $200 a month. $2,400 a year. $2,400 a year. ELD is $360 a year. All right, let's see how much money is getting made on this. Best pass, same thing as elite pass, all that. So you got about $280 a year. So you're at $640. So that's a difference of $1,700 and what? $60. It's a lot of money extra. All right, let's get rid of that. So we're going to show you the difference on cost. So here I am at $38.30 per month, right? And let's just do it on 10,000 miles. We're going to do it because this is going to be simple. Because we're going to use their numbers over here. So if I'm at 2350 and I had 600, I'm at 2950, so I'm at 3950 with all my insurances, and I put a $30 ELD on there. That's $39.80, folks. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna nickel and dime myself. I'm gonna raise it to $4,000. I'm gonna pay $4,000. So I'm at $48,000 a year, right? With that full maintenance lease, own authority, right? All in, $48K. That's my outlay. 10,000 miles a month. This cost here, it's 69 cents. It says 69 here. I've heard 72. I heard all kinds of things. I'm gonna use this right here, 69. That's $6,900 a month, right, folks? $6,900 a month per month times 12. $82,800. I don't know where you guys live, but what I pay and what somebody else pays and gets told what to do, where to go, they're paying a bargain price, bargain deal for that, bargain deal of $34,800. That's a bargain deal. Better run, you better sign up. Get the bargain. Should I let people in? Should we talk about the numbers? I'll let people in. Anybody that wants to come in. Here, let me drop the. Anybody wants to come in? We'll talk numbers, and we're not talking about any specific company, right? This is any company that runs by the mile, that breaks things down by the mile, and leases out trucks, full maintenance lease trucks. Lease purchase trucks, it's all the same, right? We could go to a lease purchase truck place, and we know if you get a brand new truck that's not a full maintenance lease, right? They're charging $12.50 per week. Now we're not going to say who this is either, but everybody knows $12.50 per week. Jeremy Griggs always wants to try to have me taken out. He's probably related to me because the Griggs family's related to me. He just doesn't even know it. He's my cousin. He don't even know it. All right, so you didn't know that, did you, Jeremy? All right, so $12.50 per week. That's my mother's maiden's name, by the way. Times 4.33 weeks. Those guys over there, and Big Mac, you know who I'm talking about. Everybody else, Snowlord, you know who I'm talking about. Hensley, everybody probably knows who I'm talking about. $12.50 a week. That's $54.12.50 per month for this truck. That, yeah, it's got a maintenance account there, but if your breakdown is more than your maintenance account, you have to pay. And it's supposed to be your truck, but you got to get permission to put tires on it, and then you're told what tires to put on it. You can't pick. Then you're told where to get the PMs done, and such and such and such and such and such and such. Yeah, I mean, it's no problem. I'll bring the food. Bring an appetite, because I can cook good. All right. The Big Orange seeing a lot of those loads on the load board. Well, this could be a Big Orange number. They're up in that area, right? They're up in that area. $5,412 per month. Where was I at, Hensley? At an 8,000 month mark, I was around $28 and $28.30. I'll just round it, $2,900. Full maintenance, don't have to worry about a thing. When I had a full maintenance lease truck, the white one over at Schneider, that's a $2,500 a month difference. I was saving $2,500 a month, right? Just saying. Because I had a Volvo. the big one, the big long nose hood. Didn't get very good fuel mileage, right? Had a 550 Cummins in it. I had the Volvo 880. Had that for quite a while. Got it. I brought it out of Canada, imported it in, met him at the rest area in Port Huron, and drove it home. And I had that truck over at Schneider for quite a while. And then I said, I'm going to trade it in because the parts got too expensive because they stopped making that truck. And that was the Cadillac of Volvos. So I sold it to the dealer. I was going to buy a new one. I was going to buy a new 670 because I didn't need a 780. And so he says, hey, you ever thought of a full maintenance lease truck? You did a lot of business here. We'll let you into that program if you want. So he explained it. I said, sure, I'll do that. And I got to keep all my money from the Volvo. So that's how I got into the full maintenance lease deal. I did bank financing. I've owned trucks. Had zero money owed on trucks. Had million-mile trucks. And I had full maintenance lease trucks. So they're not going to pull wool over these eyes because I know the numbers. And $6,900 a month is a lot of money at 10,000 miles. But see, here's one thing no one is getting. Can we all agree? Let's take a look. Everybody knows the Dean, right? Everybody knows the Dean. We're going to put... Dean's not even here, and I'm going to throw some numbers up there, and he ain't gonna say nothing. And if he does, it doesn't matter, does it? It's YouTube. All right. Let's say you go buy a brand new W900, brand spanking new, off the lot, and it cost you... Right, Cascade? Cascade knows. Well, the Dean's here. Oh my God, he's coming in. Maybe I better not talk about his numbers. Hey, Dean. What's up, Dean? Dean, you there? Dean. He's mesmerized. He must have had too many Starbucks. Can he not hear? He's stuck, man. So Cascade Transport says $3,400 a month. All right. So you get a W9 for $3,400 per month. Now, what's up, Dean? Hello, Dean. So $3,400 per month. Now, watch this. If you take a rental truck, okay, and you take 32 cents a mile, and you do 8,000 miles, that's $2,560 per month. But you don't own it. Right, you're renting it, right? Yeah, he's trolling. He's trolling me. The Dean's trolling me. But what people don't understand is the more miles you do, the more your truck payment goes up, correct? So 9,000 miles is $2,880 per month. 10,000 miles is $3,200 per month. 12,000 miles, you get a guy that just likes to run the wheels off. What's up, Dean?
What's up, man?
Hey, there you are, baby. That green tea had you frozen.
I had an issue connecting. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So, if a guy does 12,000 miles a month, right, and he's at that 32 cents, now he's paying $38.40 per month. Which is more than a W900, is it not, Dean?
Absolutely, yep.
Absolutely. So at the end of 5 years, What you got, Dean? You got a W900 worth $70,000-$80,000, right?
Yeah, you sure do. Yeah. That's right.
What you got here? Nothing.
I can't. Yeah, you got that's cheap.
When we're talking about renting trucks or lease purchasing trucks in this time and age, and people running to different companies, running sideways, thinking they're going to beat the inflation going up, supply going down, rates tanking.
Yeah.
One thing you don't want to do is move, because you lose too much money, do you not? See, the average truck driver doesn't know their numbers, for one. And they don't know what it costs to move. Can we all agree? You know, because Hensley always says, you know, give me TTD in the chat, right? Everybody put up in the chat, we're going to use one of Hensley's lines. Throw up in the chat, how many weeks do you lose switching companies? How many weeks you lose?
4.
4. Dean says 4. What do you all guys say? We'll wait. We'll give it about a minute. Come on, everybody. Throw how many weeks you think you're going to lose moving to another company before you get to pull your first load and actually start making money.
At least 3,
Owner
maybe
operator.
4.
And we'll take the consensus. 3, 2, 4, 4, 3. I'm siding on the 3. Right? Unless you come to some place like trucking, and we make it really simple and fast. But, well, of course, PJ, because this company is like no one's ever seen. Because I don't do things normal pace. We're streamlined here. Right? For instance, let's say if the Dean or DJ Bolin or Nevada or Hensley or anybody in this chat called me up on a Monday, said, hey man, I got a truck and trailer. I want to come over there. I'd say fill an application online. They'd fill it out. I'd have all the answers that day. Say, hey, you're good to go. Run down and take a drug test. They get the drug test back on Wednesday. I send them the signs. They're pulling a load on Friday. Maybe even Thursday. That quick. That quick. So, let's say 3 weeks. Can we say on the spot market, the guy that moves from the spot market over, if he worked those 3 weeks, let's say he doesn't run very much, he could make $6,000 gross, right? If he's at a
Right now,
80% company, that's $4,800, is it not?
Yeah.
Okay, 4,800 times 3. $14,400, right? $14,400? $14,400 lost that fast. Lost. Out of your pocket. Gone. Can you make that up? Absolutely not. Because let's say they go somewhere and it doesn't work out. They go somewhere else. They job hop. Another 3 weeks. Another 14,400 lost. Now they're at 28,800. Just doing 2 jobs in 1 year. They lose about 30 grand. 30 grand. Foo-foo drink with a sissy stick, says Cascade Transport. Why are they picking on you, Dean? You don't even have a foo-foo drink in your hand.
I don't.
Just some
You
green
know what
tea.
it is, Dean? You know what it is? He's jealous because you got the Arizona green tea, baby.
That's right.
That's right. Nomadic Brit says your hair is looking sharp, bro.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
So some of the jobs
I
hop
just got
twice.
done. What's that?
Somebody that job hops twice in a year is losing about $30K.
Right.
If they do it 3 times, they're losing $53,200 on average, 53 grand. If they do it 3 times, that means if they job hop every 4 months, they're going to lose 50 grand that year. It doesn't matter what they're paying. You're not making that up.
Not right now. You're not, for sure. No way.
They're not making that up. I don't know who this is. I was going to let him in. It was the other wife or something. But, all right, so there you go. There's the numbers. It's better to stay where you're at. Streamline your business and focus in, right? You remember, Dean, you were over here before you got your authority and COVID hit. The worst time, right? You bought your brand new W900. You bent the stacks. I fixed them, of course.
You fixed them. Right.
Because we know how to wrench trucks, don't we? Over here.
You do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You do. For sure.
I got to wrench on a brand new W900, right? I also got to cut into your floor, install the APU stuff for you, your inverter, right?
An inverter. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we do good work.
Absolutely.
So
got me going.
yeah, it got you going. And
That's right.
the rates were way up here when Dean started, and he bought this W900 right in this area, and they were going up.
Yeah, they
and
were.
all of a sudden,
Yeah, for 3 weeks. I had
Right,
a good
all of a
3 week
sudden-
run.
all of a sudden, 3 weeks later, COVID hits, and what happens?
Bottom fell out.
The bottom falls out. And
Terrible.
Dean says, Jeff, what am I going to do? I got a crap ton of bills, right?
Well, I didn't have a ton, but I just bought a new truck, and
Well,
I
yeah.
knew I wouldn't get any relief, right? 'Cause
Right,
I
new
called the dealer,
truck, house,
and I called the
cars.
dealer, and they said no, because I was a brand new customer. They said they wouldn't help me, so I had to suck it up, buttercup.
Right, you had to strap in and go for the ride, right?
I did, and I tell you, it was looking back. Honestly, I don't really know how I got through that, to be honest with you, because
I can tell you how you got through it.
but remember, I broke down twice.
Yeah, but
the truck was on a hook. I mean, within the first 4 weeks, I had the truck on a hook. I mean, whoo! it was
But look, you were over at the right company at the right time
no, for sure,
because you
absolutely.
called me. You said, "What are we going to do?" We made a game plan.
Yep.
You just followed that game plan. You took no EIDL, no PPP. You took none of that.
Nothing.
When everybody else was staying home, saying they couldn't make no money, gave excuses,
Right.
you were going coast to coast, doing what it took, looking at cost per day, not the mileage, right? Because if you looked at mileage,
Thank
you just stayed home.
Right.
And you come out the other end, and you came out a better business. Did you not?
No, for sure. And all this is now, and I've been looking at the low boards. This is just reverse. If you look, and this is why you cannot focus on rate per mile, because if you focus on rate per mile, sure, there's loads that are out there, $5, $6, $7 a mile. The daily revenue is going to be $277. Daily revenue will put you in the poorhouse, right? You must focus on revenue per day. So right now, if the rates are let's say the rate's $3 a mile, the easiest way when you're looking at the load board is take $1 off, because I don't care if you're getting 6 miles a gallon, 7 miles a gallon. It's roughly $1. It's going to fluctuate a few cents either way. But when you look at the load board, the easiest way, because now time is really of the essence, right? And so, just if you see $3, you know that's a good run, because the dollar is going to go towards fuel, and the rest will go towards your truck. But the other thing to look at too is whatever you need your daily revenue to be at. So let's say it's at $400 or $500, or let's just say $400 or $500. You have to add fuel on that for each trip, but you don't add the fuel before. You add the fuel when you're calling the broker. Look and see, because you should have a rough idea of what you need for fuel based on the mileage and the load that you're calling on, right? So if you need $400 personally a day, you probably need another $400 or $500, because 500 miles you're going to need about $450 in fuel. You add that in there, and so now you're at $900, right?
Right.
But listen, so the coast-to-coast runs are a great example. If the coast-to-coast runs are paying $1.79, it's really paying 79 cents to the truck. But think about it. Just like in COVID, if you do 10,000 miles a month, it's $7,900 a month to the truck. Yeah, you're not going to make any money, but you can withstand the storm if you just have that mindset. And if you I don't agree with it. I think it's a bunch of baloney, and I think it's terrible for the driver. But because yes, every time you turn that truck on, you're creating a maintenance event, right? And this is why you have to have either cash reserves or some credit available. And I'm not saying I want guys to go out there and just rack up a ton of credit, because I don't believe in that. But if you want to stay in business, you have to keep that left door closed, and you're going to just have to put a ton of miles in. It can be done. Now, will there come a point if fuel gets too high where things are different? It could. I mean, none of us know. We didn't think that the bottom would fall out this quick. But time. Listen. So, you know how I'm about time, right? I got a little acronym for you. So if we look at TIME, right? Time. So we'll just look at it backwards. Each moment, independent truckers ignore money everywhere, right? So.
Yes, that's true.
Right? So. You have to just look. I don't know if you look outside. If you think outside the box, I don't know if that's the right term, but you just have to look at the load board. You got to be quick, because time is critical. You could look at a load and miss it because somebody else is just going to grab it.
Right.
Whether they can run it or not, it's going to be gone.
All right, so we'll let everybody on the panel talk. The next one is Hensley's show. He'll talk, and then Cool Trucking. So go ahead, Hensley. What you got?
Yeah, can you hear me, Jeff?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I agree with this guy. Dean, is that his name? Dean or whatever? Yeah. I agree with you 100%. You spit fact there. Man, these little rent-a-center companies, man, this by the mile shit, it just doesn't, at the end of the year, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And the fact that they're running contractor freight, we all know that contractor freight's eventually going to get renegotiated. It's not going to stay the same. It's just not.
Correct.
And I don't know. It just, my whole problem with the thing is that you got all these guys that wanted to come out here when rates were $3 and $4 and $5 a mile, and they're going out and they're buying all these nice trucks and all this other shit. And then when the times get tough, they just tuck tail and run, And to me, that's not a good business, man. That's not that's just not good business at all. You know what I mean? To just run off like that, And if anything, in the end, it's going to make it even harder for us guys who stay out here when the times are tough, because a lot of these guys are going to turn in their trucks, or they're going to get their trucks repossessed or whatever because they overextended themselves, and the banks are going to want to do less business with truck drivers, which will, raise interest rates and everything. You follow what I'm saying? And
Right.
but I don't know, man. I just, some of these YouTube truckers, I won't mention names. We'll try to keep your channel drama free, Jeff. But there's a lot of these YouTube truckers out there that are promoting their bullshit companies. They, when it comes right down to it, they were just scared. They were scared, and they bailed out, man.
Well, I don't know if everybody will agree with this. We'll let Cool Trucking go next after this statement, but we'll see if everybody agrees.
I'm in there.
If you're a new truck driver and you're watching YouTube truckers and they're trying to sell you a company and they're saying they're making all kinds of money, but yet you really have to, and Facebook does this too, because there's a group that has somebody on there, says he's an owner operator, says he has his truck and trailer, he's always on vacation because he sells a lot of stuff. They're not making their money from trucking, folks, right? So if you're a good recruiter for companies, you can make more money recruiting than you can driving that truck. And that's a true statement.
That's true. Absolutely.
Go ahead, Cool Trucking.
Hensley.
Hold on, SoCal. Go ahead, Cool Trucking.
Okay. Well, I think it's what everybody's comfort zone is. I mean, and what your goals are. I mean, there's some people that just want to idle through this and maintain without any big liability or any big risk as well. And that's where a company like this, freedom, comes in. You can choose to do and run your business how you want. Not everybody's goals are make every penny and get rich. Some people just want to have a comfortable living and have a little freedom and a little time to do other things and accumulate passive income. That's what I'm looking to do now, is find passive income so I can supplement what the truck does.
Right.
I mean, there's many different avenues at a time like this. Just because one door's shut doesn't mean other doors aren't opening. You just got to be diverse.
Well, I know SoCal is doing what I'm doing. We're sitting there waiting for all these trucks and trailers to come back to the repo yards. And when the trailers come up for auction at a super low price, I'm going to pick up as many as I can. 10, 15, doesn't matter.
Yeah, we just expanded our yard today. But last year I told everybody, I think the title was called Attention Lease Drivers. And I told everybody last year that if you're in a high-ass lease or something, to start stacking your money and go buy a truck, a cheap truck. And then lease drivers that kind of low-key attacked me, thought I was trying to make fun of them because they had a lease, and really I was just trying to warn them. And then I got on YouTube pretty strong in January and told everybody come summertime, it's going to be crashing down, to be ready. You know what I mean? And so whoever took heed to the message. So whoever doesn't, but it's already starting to happen right now. Now, as far as contractor freight, the only reason why they're not feeling that right now is because it was negotiated last year. So, as things happen, they're going to notice when it's time to renegotiate the contract rates and stuff, it's going to change. And as far as trucks, because the next question is, when are the trucks getting cheaper? I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm going to tell you guys a month, okay? I always put myself out there like that, right? So summertime, things crashing down. Come September, get ready to buy truck and trailers. Why do I say that? I'll tell you why. the summer when all these lease drivers, and I ain't talking out a lease driver, man. There's good leases out there, right? But I tell people 90% of the leases are against you. There is 10% leases that's for people, right? It makes sense. Go do it. I have no problem, you know. But what's going to be happening is a lot of people with these lease trucks and trailers, they're gonna turn them in, and a lot of these companies went from 300 company trucks to 3,000. And yeah, they expanded their offices and their employees and stuff like that due to all the lease contractors and stuff like that. But one thing they did not do is invest in property, so when the trucks come back, they got a place to park it. So let's say if a company has 300 trucks, they go to 3,000. Now 1,500 guys walk. Where do they put those trucks and trailers? They got no place to put them. So the next smartest thing to do is put them on the auction block. And that right there, my friend, is when you're going to start buying trucks and trailers cheap.
Now, if you're in the back room, I've seen Hensley was back in the back room. I can only have 4 guests on this platform. It's not StreamYard. This is a different one because the mic wasn't working on StreamYard. So as people leave, if you're in the back room, I'll put you in. So you'll just be next in line. Go ahead, CW.
I'm going to back out and let Hensley come in, okay, Jeff?
All right.
All right, come on in, Hensley.
Well, I got him here. I'll put him in once CW.
Can everybody hear me? You there?
All right. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm in one of those lease purchase programs, and I just called to, put it all out there and get an honest opinion from you guys, a non-biased opinion at that. I'm working for a company out of the Chicagoland area. I've been driving about 4 years, and I'm paying $16.05 a week for my lease, my lease to purchase.
Right, which that includes your insurance and your maintenance fund and everything, right?
Well, it's not a bumper to bumper maintenance. It's engine only, so everything else I gotta cover.
Right, but that includes maintenance fund money, right?
I believe so. Yes. I know it's $850 for the truck, and then the other $850 goes to the cargo insurance, trailer rental, ELD, the iPass.
So you're $7,000 a month.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah, you're $7,000 a month. That's kind of like.
But I'm a strong driver.
Right.
So I've been kind of surviving it thus far until now.
That's like the other company, $7,000 a month at 10,000 miles. That's a mileage deal. That's a lot of money, CW. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Oh wow! I couldn't do it.
It's the company gets 12%, and
Right, you're at 88%.
Yeah, the company gets 12, and I mean, since I've been here, I've had a week where I netted, 5,000. I've only been here like 4 months now, but just like 3 weeks ago, I paid $4,000 in 1 week for fuel, and that was crazy. That hit me so hard. It was a $9,000 grossing week, and I paid $4,000 in fuel, and I'm just like getting my ass kicked out here. But just want to call in and see what you guys give me some tips or some stuff like that.
Okay, so it's really not 88% because you have to overpay. You got to subtract that from your pay and get the real percentage, right? Because you take all your expenses out that they're charging you for that truck, for that run, and that week, you get your real percentage. So, like an 88% company with some charges could really be 65, 67, 75. You got to do the math to figure out exactly where it really is. Because what they try to do is work on the human thought process, which everybody here can agree. Most truck drivers will say 88's better than 65. 88's better than 80. But is it? They're not.
It depends what the liability is. What you're paying out.
They're not the same, right? If they were all exactly the same on charges, then yes, the higher percentage is better. But when they have different charges that the other one doesn't charge for, it's really not the same. You got to do the numbers. What's up, Hensley?
What's up, man? I'm listening.
Yeah. So, for example, CW, do you know how much the cargo and liability they're charging you for?
Let me pull up a settlement. I can give you exact numbers. Give me 1 second.
Well, 4,000 a week, Jeff. He's right around 20.5%. So that's
68%.
80. Right.
Right. He'd be around 68.5%
Right.
of the line haul.
After
Did he say that he
the
spent $4,000 in 1 week on fuel.
Yeah. Yeah. When you break that down, $4,000 a week on fuel. Where are you running? Pennsylvania,
And,
New York.
I think I was running back and forth through West Virginia and those mountains and through the Smokies. North Carolina ate my ass up.
Yeah, you got about 4 miles a gallon.
Yeah, you know, they got that road work going on all through there right now. So, yeah, it tore my ass up a lot that week. But, you know, I've been catching a lot of good loads out of Laredo. I'm from Houston originally. So that's been kind of helpful during the time because Laredo's still a good market, but getting there is trash. So, but
Okay.
As far as the numbers, the cargo insurance is $285, trailer rent is $275, ELD is $50 a week, free pass is $10, truck payment is $850, and truck insurance is $135, which comes out to $1605 a week.
Okay, so the $135 a week for truck insurance. I mean, that's not bad if it's a brand new truck. That's about what it's going to cost you.
Yeah, it's a 2020 Volvo, 2020 Volvo, $760.
$850 a week for the truck. You know, if you times that by 4.333, you're at. I'll just guess at some numbers.
3683.
So that's over $3 grand,
36.83.
just over $3 grand.
Yeah, 3683.
Yeah. Yeah, 32 and 20 is 34. Yeah, $3,600.
How many years are you paying on that new Volvo?
Well, they give me the option to buy out after a year, so I have to commit to a year, and then the extension is it's 5 or 3, I believe. Hold on, I believe it's 5. 156 weeks, so yeah, it's about 4 years, whatever that is. I've already done about 10.
All right. Sean Oldfield calls about fuel cards. If you go to a company that's got a lot of trucks, they should have a really good fuel card. You should not have to get your own fuel card.
True.
You just shouldn't have to get it. I mean, even our fuel card that everybody runs on, it's got a really good discount. It beats Nastic by about a nickel at all the truck stops. So you shouldn't have to go out and get your own fuel card and use your own. Just saying. And that comes with, you know, if you factor, you want to get a company that has a good fuel card. A factory company has a good fuel card. If they don't have a good fuel card to give you a discount, then, you know, because there's a lot of them don't even offer a fuel card. What's up, SoCal?
Well, I drop out and let some other people in, Jeff.
All right, cool trucking.
Hey, you're able to put 5 in here, Jeff.
Hey, man, you're echoing.
No, I turned the YouTube off, so it should be good.
Okay. Yeah, CW. So, I mean, it's expensive. What's the buyout? Did you say?
They said after a year commitment, I could buy out, so that'll probably be about 70,000, 60, 68, 72, somewhere between there.
Yeah. So if you're gonna stay in it, you're better off to buy the truck than to keep paying that high price.
Well, my plan is, and let me know what you think it is, I want to, at that point, go to a bank, see if I could get that lump sum from the bank, pay the truck off, and then just pay the bank what I'm paying a week, maybe a month from there.
Well, if you do that, the truck would be paid off in about 11 months. Right?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm saying that after a year, if I owe about $70,000, get the bank to cut me a check for $70,000, give it to the company, and just owe the bank money instead of owing the company money, which would be a smaller payment per month instead of weekly. Yeah.
Right, because you don't want to own the company money, because then they own you.
CW, let me tell you the flaw in your plan, right? So I'm a realist, so I'm gonna just tell people how it's gonna be, and that way you guys can prepare for this, right? So come September, when all these companies are throwing their trucks and trailers in the auction block because they have no place to park them, what that does is that pumps the brakes on banks. Right, because as people are getting rid of trucks, and there's going to be people actually turning the trucks into the banks and stuff like that, so the banks will stop loaning so much, right? Because they're getting equipment back. So if you're really trying to finance that truck in your name and stuff like that, you got to do it on the best times. You got to make sure you do that before the worst times ahead starts happening.
What's up, Sam?
By a year, I started with this company in March, so I'm hoping by a year, the market had made its correction and everything could be, fizzled out by the end. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for, but it's crashing.
It's crashing this summer, bro. It's crashing this summer. So for the people that have the high truck payments and lease payments and all that, you better buckle up.
Well,
yeah, I've been out here for 2 months straight. I haven't been home, so yeah, I'm ready for it.
And if anybody took the IDL money back in COVID time, and you got it just as a buffer, and you kept it and didn't spend it, and can give it back, you're in great shape. But if you spend it all on things you didn't spend it on, that's just another payment.
And here, let me tell you the backlash of everybody grabbing these loans. Sounds like a great deal, but now when you go get a business loan or you go buy something, they're gonna see that you needed to be rescued, right? Just like they did with Chevy, Dodge, and all that when all these dealerships took the bailouts. They're gonna see that and they're gonna say, why in the heck are you trying to buy this nice car or this nice house or whatever when you just had to get bailed out? So it's a double-edged sword. And Brian's talking about deleted trucks. And Brian, I've been deleting trucks since 2010 probably. And don't believe all the hype of what you're hearing, bro.
What's up, Sam?
What's going on, guys?
What up, Britt?
All right, I got one more question, and I'll chime out. In you guys' opinion, what would you consider cheap freight, dollar amount per mile? I know that's perspective based on the driver, if you own the truck or not, but just, a ballpark number.
Your idea of cheap freight, my idea of cheap freight, Jeff's idea of cheap freight, and Sandman's idea of cheap freight will be different.
It's all different.
You have to go based on what your bills are, what your profit margin needs to be on your business and everything else. So if we just told you that, we would not be doing you justice.
No, so that I don't never want to look at I never want to look at one load as cheap freight. I want to look at my month or my quarter or my biannual numbers and make sure that I'm not running too much cheap freight, right? So I want to just remain profitable over the course of a month or a course of a week, if you want to break it down that way, but never one load. One load doesn't. You might need a backhaul to get to a better market, right? Depends on where you're at. You take a load from Indiana to Denver, and you're going to get killed coming out. You're going to be hauling cheap freight out of Denver. Everybody will, but you got to look at it on the whole. And everybody's number will be different because everybody's different numbers are different.
Let's look at that, Sandman.
I'm actually on my way to Colorado Springs now.
You say you don't mind taking cheap freight, right? So if everybody thinks like you, and the next thing you know, all this stuff's getting cheaper. The next thing you know, you don't get good freight because everybody thinking like you is hauling the cheap freight to go somewhere. Me
No,
myself, I don't haul cheap freight, and I look at every load, as a business, right? So I'm not going to go out there on any load because then it's expected for me to do it again, and so I don't haul it.
so I say that, but I don't haul a load that doesn't produce at least a break-even number for my truck. But I know exactly what my numbers are, and in this market with fuel changing so much so rapidly, I'm trying to stay on top of that every week to understand where my cost of operations is because it's changing so rapidly.
I'm not in business to break even, and I'm not in business to haul a load and break even. To me, that don't make any sense. But I understand and respect your opinion.
Well, what? Okay,
Well,
so I live in let me explain that. Let me give some depth or some background to that. Right, I live in a dead haul market. Yeah, I live in a dead haul market. So I will take a break-even load and go down to your neck of the woods. Well, this is what I did last year. I would take a break-even load, go down to your neck of the woods, and then make my money running all the way out to Indiana. I made $34,000 over and above my costs on a brand new authority last year.
Go ahead,
Does that
Jeff.
make more sense?
You gonna say something, Jeff? No, that don't. To me, it don't make no sense. But if it makes sense to you, then it makes sense. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Jeff. You said you want to say something, Jeff?
Yeah. So somebody said that. I guess Jason went live or something, and with the title "Setting Critics Straight," and I seen Stewart put up a national rate, which means nothing. That's what they don't understand. They just don't understand. That number they're getting off of DAT means absolutely nothing. That's the average national van haul, let's say, rate. Has nothing to do if you run short, regional. Those numbers are not those numbers because they don't break them down like that. Correct?
You're asking me,
Yeah.
or does anybody in general? Yeah.
Well, yeah. See, what they don't understand is, let's say the South was 271 average. That means there's $4 a mile loads there, $5 a mile loads there, $1.50, $2.50, $3. It's an average. It's an average. That number they give you means absolutely nothing. Can you agree on that? How gives you negotiation skill?
This is what I would tell people, man. The problem about the channel that you're discussing, right, is, how can I put this respectfully?
Go ahead.
They got a lot to learn, right? And I always want to say, don't believe everything that you read. Does that make sense?
Right.
So they like to put stuff out there of articles that they read. For example, they did something about freight waves or something about summer. I've been saying that since last year. I've been saying that since January. If you wait for an article to tell you something, it's too late.
It's too late.
You're screwed.
It's already happened. Right?
Yep. So I would just advise everybody, as fast as you can, try to get as much out of debt as you possibly can so you can get through this. See, this is normal in trucking, but the only difference is, that makes this a little bit more different, is it's going to be longer than normal, and it's going to hit harder than last time, because the fuel and the gas, that's not even worried about us right now, right? Us and paying the fuel. What's going to be hurting the country is all the people that work at McDonald's, Best Buy, and all that stuff. They got to put the gas in their car when it's $6.50 a gallon and go to the minimum wage job. You know, it's going to get to the point where they're going to just sit home on unemployment because it's cheaper than putting gas in their car. You're going to see a lot of that kind of stuff going on. So I'm not here to fool people, about the rainbow being on the other side. I'm a realist, and when I predict stuff, I've been pretty right on every single time. when it comes to crypto, stocks, everything. And I'm really highly advising you guys, and I hope you guys take heed to my message, to get the heck out of debt as possibly can. I know you guys are in love with these trucks. I get all that stuff. But it's going to get kind of crazy, man. And so I would advise you guys to try to get in something cheaper, more comfortable, and try to get as much out of debt as possible so you can get through the storm.
Right. It's not going to go away anytime soon.
I have direct customers, so I'm not gonna feel what you guys feel. You know what I mean? I'm good over here. You know, my truck goes out today. Just one of my trucks, he did $2,700 in a day. You know, so I'm not gonna feel none of this. But I still come over here to let you guys know that, you know, be careful what's going on, because not everybody's me. Not everybody has what I got going on. So a lot of people are on the load boards and contractor freight and all that stuff. So there's no protection there. So you're just out there with payments, and however that stuff goes is what you guys have to eat.
Right, and even if you're on the spot market, if you have a good relationship with some brokers and you keep doing that freight, they're not lowering the rate like everywhere else. We have a couple of drivers that run the same stuff over and over and over, and the rates that broker keeps giving them hasn't changed.
Well, this all goes on what I've always spoke on is building relationships.
Right. Sometimes they built a great relationship.
Sometimes you build relationships with brokers. They'll spend extra money if you do what you're supposed to do, because they know they can give you the load and they don't have to worry about it no more. Where if they give it to somebody else cheaper, they might break down, they might have issues, and next thing you know, they got to come back and deal with that and deal with the customer. And when things get kind of bad, these brokers want to hold on to their customers the best they possibly can, and so now they're going to be more pickier of who they want to haul their loads.
Right. For example, they were showing this 271, and I went over here and I showed the load that they just finished was $3.18 a mile, which is way more than 271. And then we had another one that was $3.80 and some change, over $1.10 more than what the national average is, and that's because that's some brokers with really good relationships. So you can't go by that.
Yeah. Just just buckle down and be ready is all I can tell people.
Right, you got to make sure you get your ducks in a row, and you got to slim down and just keep grinding it out, and you'll make it to the other end. And when you make it to the other end, you'll be a stronger business.
Yeah, it was weird because when I was talking about it last year, people thought I was crazy, saying there's no possible way with the fuel this high. Guess what's happening right now? You're seeing cheap freight on the board now with the fuel being this high. So hopefully you guys pay attention, man, and I hope the best for everybody. So.
Right. Hope everybody gets through at the other end and makes it out and prospers the next year coming. Because it won't stay down forever. It'll eventually have to go back up.
No, so here's how it's going to go back up. Once all these people, which sucks, lose their trucks, right? Then you're going to see the freight starting to creep back up a little bit, And, so let's see how it goes, man. Let's see who gets to the finish line. I'm excited myself. I'm excited because, what up, Just Trucking? I'm excited, man, because I'd like to go get some more trailers. You guys can have the trucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a lot of trailers.
Trying to find parts and trying to find oil changes and trying to find all that is still gonna be a headache. Even when things are bad, you can't find stuff. So.
The money's in the trailer.
And I've always said that. Would you like to explain to them why money's in the... I'm going to tell you something funny. I remember when I said that years ago. Somebody thought when I said that I meant buy the trailers and rent it to people. That's not what I meant about money's in the trailers. The money is in the trailers is just like what people already do just don't pay attention to, like Prime and everybody else. You get some customers, you get the trailers, you put owner operators under them, and you present them.
I got a broker that calls me every so often. Says, "Hey, can you get in a reefer down here in Detroit? We need it for a week. Pay $1,000 a day, so we can store our stuff in it." Then it comes around. He calls me about 6 times a year. But they need that trailer. You know? And their customer pays the money for it. The money's in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's good money renting them out, isn't that?
Yeah. Yeah. Money. Let me tell you guys something, man. Here's what's great about trucking. Money is everywhere in trucking.
It's everywhere.
You can close your eyes and just bump into money, but you got to be educated enough to know how to get to the money. You got to be educated enough to know how to, maneuver.
How to keep the money,
right? Yeah. So, but yeah, we have 350 electric trucks. Next month we got to start moving to Indiana. Don't think electric is just in California, people.
Oh, it's going all over.
We've had these customers for like 5 years.
Yeah, electric's here.
It's been here, just nobody knew about it, and I don't really speak on it. Don't matter. And I'm gonna tell you something else. How many of you guys drove electric? Anybody in the chat has drove electric? Let me know. What about you, Jeff? You drove electric semi-truck?
I drove electric cars before.
No, they're more advanced. Like I was in a Tesla. That's more advanced,
They're faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, look at your smile. What do you got? One of the Teslas like 0 to 60 in 2
the twin
seconds.
motor Tesla is pretty quick.
Wait, 0 to 60 to 2 seconds.
Actually, you know what?
It's fast.
If you don't mind,
it's faster than the
I'll
Corvette, right? Your Tesla's faster than the Corvette, 0 to 60.
That thing is quick.
Yeah, there's no wind up. It's instant.
Now this is not public.
Nomadic Brit right here says Schneider has electric day cabs in Chicago.
Let me see. If you don't mind, Jeff, I'm gonna share some with you.
Yeah.
And it's not public. So, but the technology, Tesla is crazy. Let me bring it up. Share screen. Share audio.
Okay, let me see.
Now it's on my channel, but it's unlisted. It's not public, and it won't be public. Here we go. Check this out. Get through the day. Let me get through my intro. I'm not trying to disrespect Jeff here. Forgot about the intro. All right, here we go.
There's a cop in Logan, Ohio that drives around an electric cop car.
Windows will go up and down, mirrors will move. It's called the light show.
See, now they put that in a semi truck. Guys don't need chicken lights.
The trunk starts opening, look, all by itself. The little thing where you charge it opens up. The windows are going to go up and down by itself. Oh man, that's great. See the windows right there going up and down?
Yep.
There. That's at my office.
Awesome.
There you go, guys. Yeah, I wanted to edit before the back stuff comes. So, yeah, so what do you think about that? Technology.
I like that. Yeah, that's awesome. That was probably about a $120,000 Tesla.
10 grand, 5 grand, something like that.
Huh?
But the 5 grand, something like that. But the
yeah,
light
about,
show.
Yeah, a couple dollars.
That twin engine on that thing, that twin motor, man, that thing will snap your neck like a roller coaster. It'll make you dizzy. If you're turning and you're hitting it, it's like right now power. You gotta watch yourself. It'll hurt your chest and make you dizzy.
It will. Is that 2022?
Yep. But
What model you got?
I had to. Well, that's just a 3, but I'm looking at the S.
You look at the S.
Well, it's not a regular S. I forgot the name of it.
What do you think of the Y?
It's all right, but I want speed, bro.
Oh, you want the
little
S?
Lamborghini.
Yeah, you want the big stuff.
Yeah, but they got this S. I forgot my little son even knows the name of it, but it's the S something, and that thing.
The Roadster?
8 seconds. No, the Roadster's coming out, but that's not the one. Where's my phone? My son will know. But this thing will do 8 seconds. 8 seconds in a quarter mile. Factory. What do you think about that?
That's fast. Now, I was looking at them not too long ago, at the different ones with the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're quick, and just like that Ford Lightning pickup truck. That can do 0 to 60.
I ordered that.
Yeah, that can go with 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
What's that S model called?
That's almost as fast as the Corvette.
No, the fast one.
That's a pickup truck.
Yeah,
the Plaid.
That's what the Plaid. Yep, thanks, son.
It's right here. Desert Oaky Pam.
Yeah,
Plaid.
Yeah. You gotta have fun, man, and yeah. But I tried. About a year ago, I paid for a spot for the new Lightning Electric, and then my sales guy says, "Hey, all right, it's time to come order it." I said, "Hell yeah, let's do it." Go over there. I want the platinum. I want everything. It even has the bed, the chairs, turn the beds, all that. Got all lined up, everything else. All right, pull the trigger. When am I gonna get it? They said August. Great, that's my birthday. Pull the trigger, and Ford rejects it. They're not accepting orders.
Ugh.
They might have ran out of parts. I don't know. So I'm like, God dang, man. I paid the money to hold my spot. I waited a whole year.
And you got denied. You want me to get you one?
They're not. No, they're not. No, they're not taking no orders. They didn't know it was me.
I'll go down here to Ford. I'll go down here to Ford. I live right down by the factory. I'll go get you one.
Well, tell them pull my name up because I have a spot held. If they'll place the order, I'll go over there and go order it.
I'll say, when he man, give SoCal the order. He can drive that ride around in California.
So that's why I started looking at the S Plaid, because I got pissed off. The electric, that thing is so fast, and I couldn't believe it. And here's the great thing: when you get an electric vehicle, now I ain't saying I'm getting an electric semi truck or nothing, because I'm a hood all day, right? Give me the diesel, black smoke. I'm old school,
right?
But when you get into the car, you can set it like an alarm, or it'll heat up, put the AC on, the heat, the whole situation. You don't have to wait for the engine to warm up for the heater. If it's cold as heck outside, like, oh man, I gotta wait for I got startups on all my stuff, right? Just push a button, it starts up while I'm in the house or whatever, right? But with this, as soon as you turn the car on or truck on or whatever, the heater's off right away.
right away because it's electric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for that coolant. Like if you live where I live, I mean, if you jumped in the car minus 20, you could go 10, 20 miles down the road before you get any heat.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd have a coffee and have an ice drink by the time you get to where you're going.
Hey, John Armstrong, look, my cold is different than your cold. Your guys' cold is a... I wouldn't be able to breathe in your guys' cold. My cold is like under 70 degrees.
Look, Southern California, SoCal walks outside the house and it's 65 out. He's in a parka. It's cold.
It's pretty damn cold outside.
65, we're in shorts. 60, we're in shorts. Yeah, we don't consider getting cold till it's like below 40. Oh, it's starting to get a little cold out.
So, Two Broke Tim says California Electric. What's going to happen in summertime? They don't have electric capacity now. They do in California.
He's talking about your electric grid. They always have problems with, right?
Right, but the thing is, right, out here in California, they've been doing nothing but a whole bunch of solar panels and all that kind of stuff. And Tesla, they actually have their own charging stations, you know, so which is good.
Mm-hmm. What else we got? I watch Will Prowse, whatever, on YouTube. He charges Tesla solely charged by solar. Yeah, if you get solar panels, you can charge the stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
there's all kinds of ways, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can go to a charging station anywhere. I mean, the great thing with Tesla.
How long does it take to charge that car?
Here's the craziest thing, right? If you're under 20%, it charges fast. It goes rapid, right? And it's full speed ahead up to 80%. If you want past that 80%, you're going to sit there an extra 20, 25 minutes.
So, like you, it doesn't matter because you're not driving all over in it. You're staying right there in Southern California, right?
Yeah. John worked at Tesla. That's great. Sounds good. I actually haul loads for Tesla. Believe it or not, John. Two of my guys right now. They actually took loads up to Reno at the Tesla plant. So. Mm-hmm. I love those Tesla runs.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get off here in a minute, and it's already almost 10 o'clock at night our time. You guys are out there. It's
10
like
o'clock.
7. Yeah.
Damn, is it 7 o'clock over here? No, I mean, oh yeah, god dang, time flies.
It's going to 10 o'clock, man.
I just got done. We expanded our yard. You want to see a picture?
Yeah, let's see it.
So here's this. You'll see. Hang on, goddamn.
Oh, there you go.
See the dirt?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Rocket. So that's where we expanded.
Yeah, I'm still trying to build a shop this summer. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put the road in. I done that last winter, and now I just got to work on the parking area, and then build the building. Hopefully, it'll be done by the end of summer. We just need to find workers.
Yeah, you're not gonna find no workers. Good luck, but we're building a yard in Oklahoma also. So we'll have a yard in Oklahoma.
If you strategically put them, you know, that's what you do right across major highways, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that you gotta drive a Tesla, man. Look, I'm about speed, dude, and to be honest, you know, I don't really talk about my personal shit too much, but you know, we're speaking on it. But me and my buddy we were looking for a Mustang for him, right? And somehow, I'm not sure how it happened, but somehow it ended up with me looking at a Super Snake. Ford Super Snake. Next thing you know, Jeff, they got him in the pickup trucks too. It's a Super Snake pickup truck. And it was my color and everything, blue, all that. And I was like, dang, but it's a 2-door and I need a 4-door because I like more room for speaker boxes.
Right.
But I think that electrical, I think it'll be I'm gonna find out. If I gotta buy both of them, I don't give a shit. But I'm gonna find the answer. I want to know if that electric vehicle will smoke a Super Snake supercharged V8 whatever truck Mustang.
Yes, we have we have a Charger, or I mean a Challenger. We have a Challenger. Had one since 2011, sitting out there, and then I got a Grand Cherokee with the same motor in it. So that thing flies. But I'd like to get that electric pickup truck because I like that 0 to 60 in just a couple seconds.
There's no hesitation to it, right?
Right.
So you put it down, you put the pedal down, and whatever
going.
you ask it, you're gonna get it.
You're gonna get
all of it.
Right.
You're gonna get it.
You're gonna snap
But
your
they
head
have
back.
buttons. But they have buttons. They have like chill mode. You can put it on, so the pedal won't be so responsive, and all that kind of stuff. But
Right, so you won't get the whiplash.
yeah. But I was pretty impressed with the electric, And my son's Super that we bought him, it's got 3.0 twin turbo, and I beat Hellcats with it. I beat Mustangs. I mean, I beat a motorcycle with it. I mean, it's fast. It's fast.
So in other words, if you're in Southern California and you order pizza, and that driver is driving a Tesla,
2 seconds or less. 2 seconds or less.
Pretty much, all your cheese is gonna be on one side of the pizza when you gets there.
And that thing does have self-driving. It costs extra money to get self-driving, but it does have self-driving. The California freeways, not so much, but it does have it on the car.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd want to do it in California highways. They're pretty chaotic anyway.
Well, it's not that. Is they put the lines, and then they move the lines, and then they move the lines, and then the old lines go straight into a K-rail. What do you want to do?
Right.
So, and then when
you got motorcycles zipping up and down the lines between everybody.
Yeah. And then on self-driving now, because people used to let it do the self-driving and go to sleep. So now every 2 minutes you got to touch the steering wheel. So
yeah, I seen your video.
On what, my Instagram?
Yeah, I seen you driving the car with the self-driving on.
What'd you think?
Yeah, it's good. You kept touching the steering wheel.
I had to. You got to touch it every two. You don't have to move it, but you have to touch it. Let it know you're there every 2 minutes, so it doesn't think.
See now, on the Jeep, it'll just yell at you to touch the steering wheel. You don't have to, but it'll just keep yelling at you until you do. Then you touch it, it goes back, without yelling.
Yeah, it's funny, man. So as far as one thing okay, so let's go back with my question. Have you guys drove electric trucks, right? So now that I have experience with electric cars, right, and then electric trucks, okay, it's different, right? So if you don't know how to handle electric, you're gonna be sitting there like, I can't get it going. What do I do? Because it's like a computer. So if you hate computers, you're gonna hate these trucks. And sometimes it'll hang itself up and get all confused. You gotta turn it off, turn it back on, let it reboot like a computer.
And some people, well, some people don't know about cars, so they get in there and they turn the key and the battery's dead because they left the lights on. They're underneath there looking, what's going on with this thing?
But those damn things are fast. Even the buses. I mean, electric buses, even they're, I mean, you don't need to go that fast. I mean, not at a dead stop. It's funny, every time I get these buses, man, I'm smashing ass with that stuff, man. It's so funny. It's a lot of fun, but I can just imagine the school kids on there. Okay, guys, go to school. Bzzz, hollering bud. Kids can be, oh my God, you know, but yeah.
Right.
Impressive. It's impressive. Will I go cross country and want an electric truck and replace my hood? Absolutely not. No. I like the noise. I like the turbo sound. That's the stuff that keeps you awake.
Right.
You don't want to drive something that's more quiet so you can go to sleep. What a big face.
Yeah, big face trucker up in here working on detention.
Yep. Brett's in the building. Sean. Yeah, that's all fun. But I'm gonna let you get to your show,
all right,
Jeff, man. I wasn't trying to hog you out, man. I appreciate you, brother.
No, I'm getting out of here. Logic Neo says hello. Logic Neo's bringing his camper up and taking me out to the steakhouse.
I was in Illinois. My son was graduating boot camp for the Navy, and I met up with my boy James Best. So
yeah, I seen that.
You did?
Yeah.
What platform are you on? It's got to be my Instagram. My Instagram is a little bit more personal.
Yeah, I know your Instagram.
Yeah, it's good that you see it, but you know, I don't show too much on YouTube, but Instagram, I don't mind showing stuff, but yeah. But yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, I never say what you're doing.
Yeah. It's a little bit more.
A little more personal.
Yeah. YouTube is just YouTube, you know. Facebook's Facebook, and Instagram, you know who's on there, you know. So it's all good. But
yeah, we're waiting for Logic Neo to drive his pickup truck up here and go to the steakhouse. He's an hour away. He just needs to get in there and drive it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be going to Texas a lot because my son, he graduated boot camp with E3 status, and so he's in A school right now in Texas, and so we FaceTime a lot now.
What's he going for?
Military police. Yeah, that's what I wanted him to do. That way, when he's done, you know, he can become like a detective or.
Was he in Air Force?
Sort of no, Navy.
Navy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was military police.
Were you?
Yeah.
Appreciate your service.
Well, thank you. Yeah, he'll like it. It's fun. Get to shoot all the weapons.
Well, at least you didn't stand in front of a White House and claim PSD or whatever that's just called. You weren't the gardener, you know what I'm saying?
No, where did Navy send him? In Texas.
To be honest, I'm not even sure really. He FaceTiming me, but I have no clue.
Are they is he training at Lackland Air Force Base or is he on a Navy?
Yeah, he's on a Navy base in Texas.
Because we train there, and we also train at Fort Dix. We train at an Army base also.
See, he should be able to answer. Let me see. He did. I thought he texted to me. Let me call him. Let me see if he answers.
Yeah, Logic Neo, Lucky Steakhouse. Let's go. Oh, we got a live call here.
Yeah, I'm calling my son.
Hello?
Hey, son.
What's up? Hey, can I call you back in like 10 minutes? I just got back from this event. I got to walk back to my room.
Okay, really quick. Where are you stationed? What city?
It's Lackland Air Force Base.
All right, love you, son.
Lackland Joint Air Force Base.
Got you. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye, baby. There you
go. Yeah, so he's training with the Air Force.
Yep.
Yep. So he was where I was at back in the 80s.
The 80s.
Yeah. We're old SoCal. Come on now.
Hey, if you were doing that in the 80s, bro, you look, and I don't mean this, I mean this respectfully in a good way. You look really, really good, bro. You know, seriously.
For what?
Yeah, to be in school in the 80s, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was in junior high.
Oh, well, I was in the service in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, 1988, I was in junior high.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm old, SoCal.
Like I said, you look, I mean, I ain't going to sound like some gay dude, no homo shit, but you look good for your age, though, bro. Seriously.
I appreciate it.
You
Tell your
people
son
to
next
sleep
time you talk to him, thanks for his service.
Will do. Yeah, I showed up at this steakhouse in Illinois, and some guy wanted to buy me a drink. We're at the table. I was with my family. I was with James. Ask James. I was with James, and the lady came over and said, "What's his name? Whatever the guy's name was, would like to buy you a drink." I said, "Buy me a drink?" He's, "Yeah, he wants to buy you a drink." I said, "Okay." So she walked away. I told James, I said, "I don't drink alcohol, James. You want it?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll take it." So, what do you want to drink? So, yeah, that's how that went. Yeah, that's funny. Well, he's having a good time now. He had a hell of a time in boot camp for a second, but when he graduated, you know, I'm ignorant as, look, let me tell you something, guys. I don't know everything. I know you guys think I do. I really, truly don't. And especially this military stuff, I'm so clueless, right? And I try to be careful what I say because I don't want to be disrespectful. So please don't take it that way. I'm just ignorant as hell when it comes to this military stuff, right? When my son graduated, he was the guy that held the sword in front of his group. He was in charge of his whole entire group. And I remember when he was graduating, they were telling the audience in the graduation that everything's in a chain of command, right? So the guy with all the stuff on his shirt was in the front, and then all the different groups was graduating. So my son had to check in with him, tell him they all showed up, or you know, however that lingo goes. And that's what my son was doing in the.
Yeah, where he was present and accounted for.
Yeah.
So they might. Because back then, when I went through the military police, we did it in Lackland, but then we had 6 weeks in Fort Dix for air base ground defense. So I don't know if that's his next place to go to or not, but the Navy just might quit it right there at Lackland. I don't know.
No, they're going to quit it right there. So he has 9 weeks there. And then from there we decide, or he decides, or they decide, or whatever, what's next.
Yeah, he'll fire all the weapons. He'll fire the 50 cals, law rockets, all kind of stuff. All the new stuff, too.
I'm pretty excited for him, man. I'm pretty excited for him.
Oh, yeah,
wherever he lands.
He'll tell you all about that when he shoots the big stuff.
Yeah. Wherever he lands, I'm going to buy a house out there, and I'm going to buy a car, and I'm going to put it in the garage. That way I can just fly out there and hang out with them for the week and then fly back.
There you go. All right. I'm going to get out of here.
All right.
Thanks for coming in.
Hey, you're very welcome, man. Take it easy, guys, in the chat.
And I got to start looking at the Tesla now. Right? The electric car. I need to get that Ford Lightning just so I can say, SoCal, look at this. Watch what these lights can do.
Dude, I want one, but see, let me tell you something. I know they're going to have the cheap version, and I don't want the goddamn cheap version. I want the platinum.
Right.
I want every whistle and bell, everything it comes with, and I want the platinum, you know. And I even talked to different Ford dealerships, and, you know, there's nothing I can do. So the best thing my guy said is we have to wait until July to find out we can order again. So I don't know if they didn't have the chips, because you remember it's electric, right, bro? So maybe they don't have the chips for them. Maybe they didn't accept nobody's orders. Like I just had to order 6 more E-logs, right, for my company. and they sent me a letter. You know, we can't get e-logs, right? So I wish I had the letter here. But the letter states that we got to keep it in the truck, that we paid for it and all that stuff. We just can't get it because of the chip shortage. So I'm paying for 6 e-logs and I don't get them. How's that work out?
Yeah,
that's like going to McDonald's. Yeah, can I get kids? You hungry? Yeah, Dad, we're hungry. Okay, let me get 2 number 5s, 2 number 4s, and 2 number 3s. Okay, that's $100. Okay, go to the window. We'll call you when it comes in.
Yeah, we'll call you when it comes in.
It's like, what the hell is that bullshit? Don't charge me until I get my stuff.
Right, exactly. I got charged. I ordered 4 more ELDs. Get charged. It could take a few weeks. Chip problems. Problem.
They told me that they don't know when they're gonna get them. But they charged me.
Well, you have to walk down to the warehouse right down the street from you.
How does that make? Man, I wish I had the damn paper here.
Go knock on their door. They're in Southern California. You just roll up in there in your Tesla. Say, hey, give me some out of your warehouse right there.
So I just told my guys, hey, if you burn the books, you burn the books, right? I mean,
right.
What can I do about that? Tell me if you know what this is.
What is that? I don't know. Turn that thing around. What is that thing?
It's a sensor.
Oh, you bought an extra sensor? O2 sensor?
Guess what engine? Can you see it?
Detroit diesel? Oh, the NOx sensor?
It's for my Freightliner, people. Since everybody thinks all I got is his.
Well, yeah, because they're having a problem with those, and if you don't have one, eBay will try to sell it to you for $4,000. You have those eBayers.
Oh man, I wish I could take my camera to over here, man, but I'll show you. Hang on, give me a second.
I thought he was going to show me something for his Tesla. He's showing NOx sensors. You see his little RC cars back there? He's got the big truck and then a little RC pin.
You gotta have this, Jeff.
You gotta have your extra filters. How many fuel filters you got in there?
2 of everything.
Some of those are hard to come by too.
And this, people don't even know what this is. It's different on all engines, but this is the one for the cat.
For the cat filter?
Do you know what it is? I'll take it out of the plastic.
Logic Neo says black box. Logic Neo says black box.
Anybody know what this is? All trucks have them. And this is the #1 situation why you blow up engines. Anybody know what it is?
Logic Neo says air fuel.
Nope. Sometimes they're square. You guys gonna learn something on this. Come on, put the gas out.
Come on, throw it up there.
Where's all the truckers at? Where's all the mechanics at? So I'll tell you what it is, Jeff.
Summer square, he said.
Yep. How's it? Air and fuel? No.
Davco.
Okay. It comes with a story, so you can understand what I'm telling you. The old school trucks had a
coolant filter. too broke, Tim.
I should have showed y'all the filters. You know,
The
Jeff, I didn't
filter's
know
back there.
Yeah, I should have grabbed all the filters and showed everybody what all the filters are. But anyway.
Fuel filter's small, Tim. It's
about
the size of this cup.
What this is a crankcase filter. It's a crankcase filter. So the older trucks, you guys remember they had the tubes that used to go down the engine and the pressure would come out, and if you didn't change the oil, you'd see some steam coming out of it. There's a crank tube.
No, your blow
the
by.
new trucks, they don't. Yeah. The new trucks don't have that, so it recirculates. And that's what this filter's for. And a lot of people don't know that. And it gets a lot of oil and stuff like that, and then it starts plugging up. People don't know, and they never change it, and then it messes their engine up.
They end up with some severe problems. We had a truck that one of the guys had 400,000 miles on it, and that was collapsed. And he had a lot of problems. It started smoking and everything else.
You got to change these. You got to change those filters out every other oil change. So think about all you guys have trucks and you're clueless what I just held up. How long do you think your crankcase filter's been in that truck?
Some of them probably been there forever.
Broke Tim. The crank tube might have been back in the Stone Age, if you want to say that. But what I'm trying to tell you is, it's the engine still has to breathe, but instead of breathing out the tube like it's supposed to, it goes back into the engine into that filter I just showed you. So you guys need to change those filters out every other oil change. And if you don't, you'll find out real fast. It's a crankcase filter. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Detroit's, but I'm sure that I know Cat Cummins has it. I'm sure Detroit probably has it. Got any Detroits, Jeff?
No, don't have any. I don't have any Detroits. I think Thor has a Detroit. A lot of the guys have Cummins. Some have PACCAR. But I think Thor's truck has a Detroit.
No.
Yeah.
Come out, Thor from YouTube?
No, Thor and Thunder Trucking right here.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he's got a Detroit. He's got a freight shaker.
Oh, Thor is with Thunder. Oh, Thunder Trucking. Got you.
Yeah.
Pro 2 sponsor.
Yeah, he's got a DD15.
Got it. And I'm pretty sure all engines have it, but I can really only speak on Cat Cummins, and I have one Detroit, but I just recently picked it up, so I haven't did any oil changes or maintenance to know about where it's at on a Detroit. So,
right.
I have a Cascadia. Thor does the DD15. I'm sure it has it. I'm sure all trucks have it. They don't have the tube going down. Is the guy at Thor, is it round or square? How crazy is that, Jeff? A lot of people don't even know about a crankcase filter.
Round or square? Watch your oil pressure, says Big Face.
Hey, only thing I watch is my fuel gauge. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, if you've been watching my Instagram, then you saw me going up that big huge hill, fully loaded, 41, 44 in the box, and I was blowing by all those loaded trucks on the hill doing 70 miles an hour, right? That's on my Instagram. Okay, he says, yep, easy to change, round, passenger side. Yep, just changed mine a little bit ago. There you go. DD15. Right. You guys better know where it's at. You know, that thing's just as important as the oil filter. Because it has to breathe, and when those filters, they mess up, you get plugged up with the oil and they can't breathe, man, it's gonna sink that engine. It'll blow that engine completely up. Sunshine's got a Kenworth T680. Yeah, on the Cummins it's square. It's square. On the Cat it's round, and I guess Detroit's round on passenger side, so I'll have to go locate it tomorrow. But I ain't gonna hold you, Jeff. I know you're trying to get out. We ended up talking some trucking. We ended up talking about some trucking stuff.
All right, man.
I'm gonna get out.
Thanks for coming in.
About something else. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, later. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. And remember one thing: out of all these numbers, at any given time, you know, a mileage guy might make more than a spot market guy, or you know, vice versa. But when you look over the long haul time, you just can't pick one little piece in time. If you look by the year, they will never make as much money, because the cyclical cycle of trucking, the ups and downs, the spot will always be higher. So, for one instance, you know, they say, "Oh, I make more money on the mileage than the spot." No, you don't. Where you're running depends on where you're running. There's still tons of places on the spot that pay way more than a mile by per mile. And then what they don't tell you is this: when fuel goes down, their rate goes down. So let's say you're on the spot and that load pays $3 a mile. Fuel goes down, still pays $3 a mile. Right? If fuel drops $1, fuel surcharge goes down about 20 cents. It's now 65 cents. Goes on another $1. Now it's 40 cents. Now you're down to $2. So, but then everybody knows, right? Because that's when everybody flocks to the spot market, when the rates are $5 a mile. Where's this guy? Still down here. That's what it's smoke and mirrors, folks, right? If you ran a whole year on the spot last year, when it was super high, when all these people came in, even at an 80% company, and you averaged $4 a mile, that's $3.20. Fuel was cheaper. Those folks are at, say, $2. It's $1.20 a mile. Do you understand the numbers? That's $120,000 more dollars on 120,000 miles for that year. How can you say you're going to make more money the next year, even if the spot comes down? You're not going to beat that rate. Isn't going to beat by $1.20. Impossible. Impossible. Might be the same, might be a few cents higher, but you'll never make the money that you can. Controlling your own loads, negotiating your own freight, running in an area that you can go to and make more money. It's just common sense, and it's just the facts. Just the facts. I don't know, DJ. I have no idea. What's up, Juan? So, you know, are we wrong? Are we wrong? Numbers don't lie. So if you made $120,000 more dollars, even if the whole year, if the market was down, and let's say you ended up with 20 cents less per mile, that's 24 grand. It's not going to stay there. Next year it goes back up. So you make another, we'll go light on it. So you make another 80,000 that year in the spot market, more than the mileage guy. So in a 3-year span, you get 200 grand minus 24,000. You're still at $176,000 higher. It's all in the numbers. But, you know, gotta have, You got to have the tools. You got to have the programs. You got to keep track of your numbers to begin with, to even know where you stand, don't you? I have numbers. I can go back 20 years and pull up numbers. 10 years. I've been using programs forever. So I can go back and look at what was fuel back then. What was the rates going for back then? Pull those up. Take a look. Go back during COVID. Pull up those. That's what I did, right? That's how I went back to 2019 in January. Supposed to be one of the worst months, right? For trucking is January. That's what they say. On the spot market, I pulled that up when fuel was only $2.48 a gallon, which would have equated to about a 26-cent fuel surcharge. Depending on how you figure out fuel surcharge, because everybody does a little different. But it's right in that ballpark. So I bring that up. Then I brought up another one. Then I brought up just this week 2 different scenarios: a long run, a short haul. I can even put a medium wind in there. Still better. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you're let me tell you something, folks. If you're looking at on a load board at spot market rates, the average, and you're going to base your knowledge on what those folks are posting, you got a lot to learn about the trucking industry. Because those numbers are not the numbers. That's an average. And if you run in the areas that are the high areas, those numbers you'll never hit. Just saying. All right. Thanks for watching. I could go on all night about this because I'm a numbers person and I actually have the numbers because I actually, help out the contractors and know the numbers. Just like if you watch Thor Thunder Trucking, he knows the numbers. He's got it down. He knows. Got to do the numbers. I think, did I see Clyde in the thing? What's up, Clyde? Haven't seen Clyde in a while. What's up, Shannon Thomas? How's it going? And everybody knows Logic Neo's going to come up here and buy me a steak at the Lucky Steakhouse. Awesome. I can't do math. Lots of laughs. What's up, Elite? I can't do It's all right, man. Everybody have a good day, good night, whatever. We're out of here. We're going to give DJ the last quote. Math doesn't lie. These guys even left out their wage taxes, workers' comp, benefits, also putting something aside for retirement. That's a whole nother story, right? Because a lot of people don't do taxes, right? They don't know taxes. If you want to learn everything about a business, do it all. Read the tax code. I know it's cut and dried, it's boring, but read it. Do your own taxes. Do your own corporate taxes. Learn everything in the industry. Every inch of it, right? And math doesn't lie. And of course, you can go into that. How much is it to put in for retirement? Got to pay your workers' comp. You got to keep money back for your self-employment tax. Get a SEP, self-employed pension plan. And if you take all that out, we're not going to go there. We know the numbers. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching.